Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to another Marvel Strike Force video. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at Minn-Erva. We are going to be doing an orb opening, we're going to level her up, we're going to take a look at her kit, and then what's going to happen is typically I take the characters into Blitz, but I don't think that Blitz is the right place to put Minn-Erva to show off her talents and stuff. So what's going to happen is in the next couple days I'm going to put another video out and put Minn-Erva in with the Kree team and go into the Ultimate 6 raid and see how they perform with the Kree rework and with Minn-Erva in the game now. I'm really interested to see how that works out. So before we get into all of that, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Alright, and welcome back. So let's go ahead and go take a look at the orbs. Alright, so here we go. Let's take a look and see what these orbs give us. So as far as Minn-Erva shards here, that center pillar, you have a 0.13% chance to get 180 shards. You have a 46.98% chance to get 6. So the lowest you're going to get is 6. So it's a guaranteed unlock, even if I get 6 on every single one of them. So we're good there. And then these other pillars here is probably going to be ability drops, resource drops, and gear drops. And same with there. Alright, so that is what we're playing for. Let's go ahead and go in there and see what we get. Let's see if I get lucky. I have never pulled a 180. That would be awesome if we could. But hey, let's go ahead and see what we can grab. Boom. We got 6. Probably another 6 right here. Let's go again. Hey, there's a nice one. There's 12. 12 will work. So we got what? 24. Another 10. Nice. So what? We had 24. So now we're up to 34. Come on. Another 6. There's 40. We got 3 more to go. Here's another 6. So we've got her unlocked. We're good there. 8, and the final one, boom, another 6 probably. There we go. So let's go ahead, collect that, take a look at this. So we got in all, we got 60 of her shards, 270,000 gold, and we've got a decent, we got 3 of each one of these gear materials. So that's what we got for all 8 orbs. Let's go ahead and go unlock her. Why would that pull up? Alright, there we go. Man, they gotta stop with all these ads. Alright. Okay, recruiter. And there we go. Her character model looks pretty cool. I like, I like, for the most part, I've liked quite a bit of the character models in this game. But she's looking pretty cool. Let's go ahead and recruit her. Two-star. Alright, and I think what we're going to do is we'll take her, let's see, I've got 5.7 million, but I'm saving some of that too for Captain Marvel. So if I go to 60, I'll spend 1.3. If I go to 65... I'll spend 2. You know what? I'm going to go to 60. I'll leave it at 60. And let's go ahead and apply that. Alright, and there you go. There are her stats from level 1 up to level 60. Her health is at 29,000. Damage is at 2,000. Armor's at 625. Focus and resistance are both at 611. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to gear her up as far as I can get her. With as many characters that have been coming out, the gear material I got is dwindling very quickly. But I'm going to go ahead and level her up, and we will see how these stats stack up. And there we go. So I'll show you where I got her as far as gear and everything and abilities, but I did level her up one more level. It was 118,000 gold to get her up to level 61, just so I can show the side-by-side comparison of where she was at level 60 and where she is now with all the gear and the abilities that I plugged into her right now. So she's sitting at 46,000 health, 3,400 damage, 1,000 armor, and her focus and resistance are sitting at 991. I've got her so far at a power level of 12,000. So I was actually pretty lucky with her, a lot better than I was with Carnage when I was leveling him up. But I got her to level 8 and all blue material. Everything else is purple material required. Now, when I don't know what I'm going to do with a character or how well she's going to play into my overall plan and list of characters, I don't like wasting purple material, whether it's gear or for abilities. So that's typically where I stop. I'll get all the green and blue out of the way for both gear and abilities, and this is where I have her. So she's gear tier 8 and level 61, and then I have her abilities right there at 5, 4, 4, and 2. Let's go ahead and take a look at her overall really quick. Let's go to her stats. As I mentioned, we saw all of this in the overall, but her speed, let's look at her speed. Her speed's sitting at 100. This is the same thing. I think Carnage was 100 as well. The last few characters seem to be sitting at 100, which is kind of odd. It's not as variable. It's not as varied as it used to be. And then here are the rest of her stats. So she is a brilliant Kree geneticist that uses her mastery of biology to weaken foes and replenish her allies. When we go through her kit, you're going to see some of that come into play, and I think that's pretty cool. She's a villain, cosmic, support, tech, and Kree. So since she's not a minion, she's not a character that you can use for Nick Fury. But with the rework of the minions, the Kree minions, I think Nick Fury probably got quite a bit easier, but we'll see. Alright, let's go ahead and run down her kit really quick. So, bioweapon. So again, I got all the abilities up to just requiring the purple material, because again, I don't know where I'm going to land with her. So this primary attack here, attack primary target for 150% damage and apply bleed. And as you level this up, you're going to increase the damage by 20 and 30%. So you're going to get that total damage up to 200%. And then 50% chance to apply regeneration. Once you hit level 6, then you're always going to apply that regeneration to the most injured non-summoned ally. I think that's important. And then that's it. That's her ability. It's primarily focused on damage, applying that bleed, and then getting some regeneration up on your lowest summoned allies. And I think that's important because for the teams that for the synergistic teams that seem to be the most successful, one thing I've noticed, because the top two teams, in my opinion, and I don't think it's any surprise, you've got Nick Fury and the SHIELD team, and then you have the Defenders team. The thing that they have in common that makes them so powerful and so effective in almost every game mode is there's plenty of heals and there's plenty of energy being given. So I think with the Kree rework and everything they got, I think the Kree have a potential to be at least in the top 3, because you got a ton of heals going all over the place and you got a ton of energy going all over the place. So we'll see how that theory pans out. So that is the basic ability right there, bioweapon. Let's go ahead and take a look at genetic reconstruction. So heal most injured ally for 2,000 health, plus 10% of this character's max health. And as you saw, the max health at where I have it right now is at 46,000. High health is good for a healer because a certain percentage, right here, 10% of the character's max health, is applied to that healing. So that's critical for all healers. Generate ability energy to a random Kree ally, and then revive dead ally with 35% max health, and then apply 2 death proof. As we improve this, we're going to improve the overall healing here by 1,000 and 2,000, so another 3,000. So that's going to be 5,000 overall, plus 10% of the max health. So 10% of the 46,000 is 4,600. So that's about 10,000, a 10,000 heal right there. And then generate the ability energy. The revive dead here goes from a 35% up to a 5%. You're going to be able to revive a dead ally with 40% max health and then apply those 2 death proofs. So as soon as you get that ally up, there's 2 death proof, which helps with the sustainability of that revived character until either somebody can get a taunt up to get the attacks away from that character, or you have a healer that can go ahead and start applying heals to that character to get them back in the game. So I think that's really cool. I think that's awesomely effective, and yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Next, mass phlebotomy. All right, so steal 15% health from all allies. This is really cool. This is what I was talking about as far as going through her description. You steal 15% health from all enemies, and then you redistribute to all allies, and then all allies receive an additional 2,500 health. This bypasses heal block, which is awesome when you have teams that you're fighting with Winter Soldier and Korath and Mordo. I mean, the heal block is a real pain, especially for some nodes. So the redistribution of health, one way I found a way around it was that using the redistribution of health with Scarlet Witch. And then you have a 50% chance to apply regeneration for 2 turns to all allies, and then a 50% chance to apply bleed for 2 turns to all enemies, and then apply deflect to all Kree. So that's currently at where it is at level 4, but as you increase in level, you're going to add, what do we have here, 2,500 health. So 2,500 health, so 5,000 health right there. And then at level 6, you're always going to apply that bleed. But you'll still stay... Yeah, always apply that bleed. And then at level 5, you'll always apply that regeneration for 2 turns. So I mean, this one right here, I definitely want to get to level 6. I don't know that 1,000 health is worth the orange material, but you definitely want to get this ability up to level 6. And then Kree Nanotech. I thought this was a pretty cool ability. So on ally death, change speed bar by 15%. That's currently where it is. At level 3, you're going to add 5% to that, and then at level 5, another 5%. So 25% speed bar. And then on enemy death, heal the most injured non-summoned ally for 10% of this character's max health. And then if that ally is Kree, also apply a random positive effect. I thought this was cool only because as you're killing your enemies, you're replenishing health and you're adding positive effects. As far as the speed bar, 25% is 25%. No, I thought that was pretty cool. Definitely want to get this up to using all the orange material, I think, if this character ends up being on a major raid player. But I don't know about adding that extra 5%. Again, I don't know if the orange material is worth an extra 5% on that speed bar. Especially if you don't have an ally death. If you're working through there and you want to go through your nodes and you don't want to have any ally deaths at all, then obviously that 5% is not going to come into play. One thing I do wonder, though, because they do specify between, right here, like between non-summoned and summoned allies. So does a summoned ally count as an ally death? Because those guys die all the time. So, I mean, theoretically, with all your summons, you put her out there with like Yondu or something, and you got a full team of summons. How quickly can you replenish that speed bar? I don't know. It'd be something interesting to try and check out. And that is her kit. I think she's pretty cool. I think her character model is absolutely awesome. I like what they did with it. There you go, everybody. That's what I had for you tonight. I think she's an interesting character. I will be doing a video with her in the raid with her Kree team to see how well that they do in Ultima 6, similar to what I did with Mantis. Hopefully we can get her through more than just one node. Maybe we can get her through 2 or 3. We'll see. So there you go, everybody. That's what I wanted to show you tonight. Minn-Erva and her kit. Fun character. I'm interested in your thoughts, what you think about her. And as always, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch the video. And if you liked the video, please make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everyone, and we'll talk to you next time.